appreciate my distinguished colleague from D.C. I want to just take this opportunity to address some of the chairman's evidentiary allegations that you made earlier today. First, I would just note that we keep hearing this over and over and over again, that Donald Trump had a business, Donald Trump had real estate, Donald Trump sold widgets or whatever it is. Obviously, there are many different ways of investing or spending money or getting paid for services or for simply putting capital into another company. So I don't know what these investments were that Hunter Biden and Devon Archer and these other folks were involved in. Devon Archer testified that it was private equity. That's a legitimate form of business, to invest capital in other companies.
Don't you believe we should get that question under oath?
You got it under oath from Devon Archer, sir. In any event, let's go back to the I think the fourth bank memorandum is what you pointed me to earlier today, because you alleged, Mr. Chairman, that there is money that went directly from CEFC, a Chinese company, to Hunter Biden, then to Joe Biden, and $40,000.
Through the shells, yes.
Oh, through the shells, You didn't say that. That you didn't say. So I went back.
Well, you've had a hard time understanding what a shell company is, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, you would know, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
So
that's right.
Here we are looking at this Fourth Amendment. We have, well, I'll show this chart first because it shows how clear it is. You've got Chinese company going to Biden-China joint venture, going to a Hunter Biden individual entity, going to James and Sarah Biden entity, going to James and Sarah Biden personal bank account, going to Joe Biden. So that, I guess, is what is directly money from China to Joe Biden. It just had to go from a Chinese company to a joint venture that Hunter Biden entered into with another Chinese company.
Would you yield the question?
I just want to finish going through what you told me to go through, and then I'm happy to yield. Then it went to Hunter Biden's personal company that he generally used for a variety of his business ventures. Then it went to another entity for James and Sarah Biden. Then it went to James and Sarah Biden. Then Jim Biden, almost a month later, sent a $40,000 check to his brother, the president, which said was for a loan repayment, and the same bank records where you got this from showed that a loan went from Joe Biden to Jim Biden.
That's not true.
So this is the kind of duplicity that we're talking about. You want to say there's evidence connecting Joe Biden to Hunter Biden's business ventures, and you make a false and inflammatory allegation that money went from China to Hunter to Joe, when in reality, it's 4 pages, it's 21 bullet points of information to get from A to B to C to D to E to F. There's no possible way that you could ever show that Jim Biden knows. This is my time, Mr. Chairman. There is no possible way Jim Biden you could ever prove under any circumstances that Jim Biden knew where that money came from. And you certainly cannot show with any evidence at all that Joe Biden would know that 1 month before, 6 different transactions earlier, somehow this money came from a Chinese investment that Hunter Biden had. You are desperate. You are misrepresenting the facts. There is no evidence. There's no evidence of Joe Biden's involvement in Hunter Biden's business interests. There's no evidence of Joe Biden's involvement in any Mann Act or prostitution stuff. Hunter Biden should be investigated by the Department of Justice, and he has been for 5 years. He is a private citizen. This is what you call an impeachment investigation into the President of the United States based on complete fiction and smoke and mirrors. There isn't a piece of evidence that links anything that Hunter Biden did to Joe Biden, and this is a complete sham.
Your time's expired, and those accounts that they went through were depleted. It wasn't hard to trace the money. When there's not any money in the account,
They don't.
and
He
it
doesn't have the
passes
bank
through-
records.
No,
No, but that,
you have the bank records too. You all get every bit
no
of
one who
evidence we
receives
have.
the money has the preceding
accounts were
bank
depleted
accounts
that they
records.
laundered through. All right, order,
Chairman.
order. Who's
Mr. Chairman.
Miss Luna's
Can I say
recognized.
something?
Yes, you have
No
5 minutes.
one is above the law. Even if you think that he's innocent, he cannot defy a congressional subpoena. That's what this is about. People here, I'm sure on that side too, have families members that have gone to jail for probably less offenses. So why is he given this special privilege? We have no authority if you have the president's son who's sitting there doing illegal things. I mean, I know it probably doesn't make you feel good to defend the guy, but like, for goodness sakes, he's denied. He should be held accountable. At least bring him in and admit that.
He should be held accountable by the Department of Justice, where he is being held accountable.
Let him. He should be held accountable by the Department of Justice, but that is what we are voting to do, is to send that to investigation, because he denied and defied a congressional subpoena.
Will the generally yield?
Wait, let me finish. If the DOJ doesn't uphold that, though, we have a serious problem in this country that this man is held above the law, and that is why we are arguing here today. We are trying to send it to the DOJ, but you're arguing against that. Yes, I yield.
Thank you. Would you agree that members of Congress who outright defy subpoenas should also be held to the same standard?
I believe that certain members are protected under the speech and debate clause. Some people here can probably school me on that. But aside from that, this is a serious investigation. There's been a lot of personal attack in this entire correspondence that we've had in the last, I don't know, couple hours that we've been here. But what I will say is that Hunter Biden is not above the law. We want to send him to the DOJ, and we want to trust the DOJ to do their job. But right now, the American people have a serious distrust factor with the DOJ, and for good reason. So we would like to pass this, send it to the DOJ, and let's see if they'll do what they promised the American people they would do. I yield my time.
Very good.
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Tlaib?
Yes, thank you
Yes.
so much. I'd like to yield my time to the ranking member.
Ms. Tlaib, thank you very much. I want to pursue the very interesting conversation that we began